Morning, everybody. Welcome, particularly those of you that are where we can all worship together in person. I don't know if we've got anybody joining us on Zoom, or if you're joining us through YouTube later on in the week. It's fabulous to be free to gather together to worship the Lord. When I was thinking about this morning, I usually start, well, there's two things. I usually start, see, is it a kind of special Sunday in the sort of church calendar? And I couldn't see anything for today, other than in the States, apparently, this Sunday is the day of enjoying not having anything planned. Oh, that's a bit odd. I've never heard of that before. But actually, we can think about that as actually taking time for the important stuff in life. Whether that's, I don't know how widespread that is in the States. I suppose you would know, John. But I'd never heard of it before. And then I look at the declarations. And the declaration, have we got the Declaration for Peace? I'll just wait for a minute. I do like getting these declarations through on my phone. I always find it, if you haven't got, this is the one that is at peace, and it says, peace is one of my strongest weapons. Now, I did like Helen's explanation that you sent on the Friends of Jesus, where Helen had written that to her, peace was much like underwear, the ultimate foundation garment. I've not heard that phrase for years. Yes. It's the layer on which I build and needs to be put on every day, sometimes dozens of times a day. Peace isn't a feeling, it's a choice to trust God instead of fear, worry, or anxiety. It takes effort and practice, but I guarantee if you stick with it, your life will never be the same. And I thought, yeah, that spoke to me at the time, and when I'm looking back, kind of remembers. And then looked at the two references and read the verse in Romans, and then started to read the whole chapter, and was really excited about it. And it's a chapter that I'd probably skimmed over. I would recommend people to go home and read chapter 16, because what it is, it's a list of different people that Paul really valued. He knew them all by name, and he specifies what they meant to him. Me being me, I was quite delighted to see so many of them were women. And a load of different reasons. And one, I mean, he knew these people and he valued them. One, he thanks God for Rufus, and then says Rufus's mother was like a mother to Paul. And for me, I was struck by how relationships were so important. And when I was kind of just looking around, I realized that some of the names, one of the biblical scholars pointed out that a lot of the names were actually slaves' names. And I was reminded again that in the early church, and I don't know how they did this, that slaves and runaway slaves and slave owners all worship together as equals. And you think, how did that work out? But it did, and I think that is so important, that in the church, everybody is equal in the sight of God. He goes on and warns us about people that sow division. And it links back to what Helen had put, that Paul's guidance for that is where you focus on God, and the people that create division are putting themselves first. and what they want rather than God. Um, but I was really struck by all the names and just how personal it was. So if we just start in worship.